Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash at the garage, where badge hype gets tossed in the glove box, spec sheet worship gets left at the dealership door, and what we're left with is raw, unfiltered, seat of the pants driving truth. If you're new here, this is where we strip away the noise and tell you what a car actually feels like. Today, we're climbing into the 2026 Honda Elevate, a subcompact SUV that's been stirring up serious buzz for blending city smarts with SUV presence, all without emptying your wallet. But does it deliver on the street as much as it does on the spec sheet? Buckle up, because we're about to find out. Exterior now, straight off the bat, first impressions. The 2026 Honda Elevate has presence. It's not trying to shout or flex with over-the-top design flourishes, but instead delivers a sharp, squared-off stance that feels mature and confident. The front fascia grabs attention with Honda's signature solid wing grille, now more refined and sitting between sleek, angular LED headlamps that give the car a focused, modern look. Honda's done away with unnecessary chrome in favor of a dark, brushed metal vibe across the nose, which honestly feels way more in tune with where design is headed. And if you're into symmetry and clean lines, the bumper cutouts and fog lamp housings are nicely integrated, and not just afterthoughts slapped on for the sake of it. From the side, the Elevate's proportions are tight, well-balanced, and refreshingly upright, especially in a segment where everyone's trying to pretend their SUV is a coupe. You get chunky wheel arches, a clean shoulder line running front to back, and some bold, square-ish cuts around the C-pillar that add a bit of personality without being too funky. It's sitting on 17-inch dual-tone alloy wheels that fill the arches just right, not too dinky, not trying to be flashy, just purposeful. There's decent ground clearance here too, about 220 millimeters, which gives it that mini adventure-ready vibe without making you feel like you're driving a ladder-on-frame beast. Swinging around to the back, the Elevate keeps things simple but confident. The rear is squared off and upright, with slim LED taillights joined by a blacked-out trim piece that creates a visual connection, something we've seen on a lot of new SUVs lately, but Honda pulls it off cleanly. There's no excessive garnish, no faux diffusers trying to look like something they're not. The rear bumper gets a little texture with a contrasting skid plate, and the tailgate opens up wide for practicality. It's functional, honest design that doesn't try too hard, and that's refreshing. Interior: step inside, and the Elevate might just surprise you. Honda's gone for a minimalist dashboard layout, and it works. You're greeted with a solid-feeling horizontal dash trimmed in soft-touch materials with subtle contrast stitching. The center console is anchored by a 10.25-inch touchscreen that's finally fast and responsive, and no more laggy systems of yesteryear. Below that, physical buttons and knobs for the climate controls, which, thank you Honda, we still desperately need in 2026. The steering wheel is compact, leather-wrapped, and loaded with just enough controls without becoming a spaceship command module. Ahead of the driver sits a clean 7-inch digital cluster with crisp graphics and a layout that doesn't overwhelm you with animations every time you turn the car on. Space-wise, the Elevate punches above its weight. The front seats are well bolstered, with good lumbar support and just enough thigh cushioning for longer drives. Headroom is fantastic thanks to that upright profile, and visibility is top-notch. Honda's known for it, and this car continues the legacy. Move to the back and you'll find impressive legroom and toe space, even for taller passengers. The rear bench has a good angle and surprisingly decent under-thigh support, making it one of the more comfortable places to sit in this class. There's also a flat floor, which means middle passengers won't be fighting for foot space. In terms of features, the 2026 Elevate doesn't leave you wanting. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, as does a wireless charging pad, a sunroof, push-button start, connected car tech, and even Honda's lane watch camera system on select trims. The infotainment UI is cleaner now and actually works the way you'd expect a modern system to behave. Honda's also stepped up its game with cabin insulation. Road noise and engine hum are well controlled, even at highway speeds. The sound system, decent, not audiophile level, but clear enough for most commutes. Performance-wise, Honda's played it safe, but maybe that's a good thing. Under the hood, you get a 1.5-liter Rive-Tech naturally aspirated petrol engine making around 119 horsepower and 145 Nm of torque. No turbo, no hybrid tricks here, just old-school reliability. It's paired to either a 6-speed manual or a CVT, depending on your trim choice. Now, on paper those numbers might not wow you, but here's the twist. The Elevate is light. That means the engine doesn't feel overworked, and there's decent pickup, especially with the manual. The CVT, while not sporty by any means, is smooth and predictable, better tuned than some of its rivals that suffer from rubber band lag. Ride quality is where the Elevate quietly shines. The suspension setup leans toward comfort, and it soaks up potholes and broken city roads with surprising grace. There's just enough firmness to keep things from feeling floaty, but soft enough to keep passengers happy on longer stints. Steering is light but reasonably direct, making city maneuvering effortless. And the turning radius tight enough to make U-turns in narrow lanes without a 3-point struggle. Brakes offer progressive bite, and safety kit includes ABS, EBD, stability control, hill start assist, a rear-view camera, and up to 6 airbags depending on trim. Now let's talk numbers. The 2026 Honda Elevate comes in a range of trims, starting at around PKR 6.5 million and climbing up to about PKR 7.8 million for the fully loaded CVT variant. That positions it smack in the heart of the compact SUV war zone, going up against the Kia Stonic, Hyundai Creta, Toyota Yaris Cross, and even the Changan Oshan X5 for the adventurous shopper. But here's the thing, while rivals might offer a bit more bling or powertrain variety, the Elevate's strength is in how it balances everything. It's not trying to be the fastest, or the flashiest, it's trying to be the most sensible choice. And in a market that's flooded with gimmicks, that might just be its biggest weapon. So, wrapping it all up, is the 2026 Honda Elevate worth your time? If you want something practical, comfortable, and reliable without needing a spreadsheet to explain how it works, then yes, it's a no-nonsense SUV that does all the basics right and sprinkles in just enough modern tech and style to feel fresh. You won't be drag racing in it, and it won't draw gasps at car meets, but if you're someone who just wants to drive a good car that does what it says on the tin, this thing delivers. That's all for today's review. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to Car Flash for more unfiltered takes on the cars that matter. Got questions about the Elevate 8? Drop them in the comments, and I'll get right back to you. Until next time, keep it real, drive safe, and don't let the spec sheet drive the story, let the seat do that. Catch you in the next one.